Okay, folks, it's late October, and wait, no, we'll start out. Hello, YouTubeites. The YouTubeites. Yeah, it's late October, and I'm going to tap for weather info. Oh, you know what? I don't have it set up, so I'm gonna start messing with it. Yeah, I'm using this old drugstore camera, and it's been through the ringer. This thing was once like outside over the course of a week, buried in the snow, and miraculously it didn't give up the ghost. And like with the videos, I tried to do a different angle, so hopefully, I can easily come and maybe show you things on the cutting board that I've done. But it's going to be another cooking video. I'm going to try and do two things simultaneously because I want to make some soup, and I'm getting hungry. And I'm the sort of guy, like, if I'm not doing physical labor or anything in middle age here, like I don't, my appetite is, I might just eat one meal a day, and this is my one meal. I haven't eaten anything today, actually, and I struggle with alcohol addiction, and so tonight's step 2 is going to be one of my favorites, which is coffee and Royal Reserve. So I'm just going to reheat coffee. You can see I've got it's like a camping percolator, and I did take a camping once, and that's why it's all blackened on the outside. But it seems pretty rugged and it works well. Might last a lifetime, I don't know. Okay, and boy, I'm tracking in. There's a bit of snow on the ground out there, and I'm tracking in. I should have taken my shoes off. Oh well, a good excuse to properly clean up the floors in here. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Okay. Already got the sink filled with dish soap for routine hand washing while we go here. And what I intend to do tonight is I'm gonna make a soup. I'm gonna get that set up first, and then I'm going to do a rice dish. So I'm gonna try and, I don't like videos that drag on too long. Well, sometimes I do. Like I like watching. If this is like a shout out. Fellow who does that post 10. He does camping related stuff. I love Steve Wallace, and there's another fellow, Matthew Poza. He does longer format type stuff. He's quite the Renaissance man. I do. I like camping and stuff too. I can do a little bit of bushcraft, and know how to build a fire and build a lean-to, stuff like that. Not entirely incompetent in the woods, in the woodlands of northern Canada. So now, okay, I'm gonna run and get my soup stock and let it get to room temperature. It's out on the deck, so I'll be back in a flash. I've got like a small refrigerator out there that I sometimes, save room in the main refrigerator. I just put stuff out there. So I'm gonna run and grab that. I'll be back in a flash. Oh, these floors are messy. You remember, this is the same roaster I used in my last video where I roasted that chicken. And I've already plucked all the meat off the carcass, and what I have left here, try and get that on camera there, is a stock. And that should be good. There's some carrot and mushroom in there as well. So I'm just going to let that get to room temperature. And the first thing you do when you make a soup, you got to do a roux. And I think conventionally you're going to use carrots, onion, and celery. Well, I don't have any celery, and the way they sell it in the stores is such that it's more celery than I can ever use before it starts wilting and getting a bit gross. So I, you know what, I've in making soup, what I've found as a substitute that I really like is instead of celery, I'll use jalapeno peppers, and just put seeds and all, just put them in there instead of celery. And then if you like food that bites back, that's my recommendation. But with soup, yeah, you got a lot of room to play around, and I've got this big bag I call them traffic light bell peppers. Well, but there's no green light in here. It's just amber and red light. But this orange one, I want to use them. I want to use them up, because this was, typically they're like, around in Canada, you know, our food prices are outrageous. And just for, they're like $4.99 a pound. Well, this bag was like $5 and some change. Or, I don't know the weight here. That's gonna say, I don't know. It's about yeah, what am I saying? Like, I don't know. It seemed like a good deal anyway. But the trick is to use them all before they start going bad. Oh, and this one's even got a small piece of mold on there. You know, that's a bad indication, but you know what? It's so tiny, I'm just gonna cut it off. And I'm gonna get this nice big wooden cutting board. It's a sabatier. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sabatier. That means, translates loosely as something to do with a saber, you know, cutting. Okay, and what you need to make a soup, obviously you need a pot. And yeah, I've got a nice, fairly big pot here. And what I'm going to do, like I said in the previous videos, never hurts to give it a rinse, because you don't want to throw all these ingredients and make your dinner and then discover, oh boy, I didn't get all the dish soap out. You know, how horrible is that? Catastrophic. So just give it a quick rinse, and now this frying pan I'm going to use later, so I'm gonna, when I clean a cast iron frying pan, I'll let it soak. Or someday, if I'm in a hurry, then I'll just boil water in it. And you know, I've got some good, like, viable dish soap water in the sink, and I don't want to chuck all this in here. So I'm going to I'll get another container. I'm just gonna, this is like bits of egg and stuff in there, onions, left over from when I cooked up a little sandwich, a hot sandwich, toasty, and just gonna add some more water. So we won't be using that right away, and I can start boiling it now. Give it a good wipe. Yeah, so there's, you never, well, to sanitize my cast iron frying pan, I use heat and wipe it out. I never use soap on it. That's like a no-no. That is a no-no. Then, of course, you've got to season it. And that's essentially just paint it with, get it clean with water, wipe it out, get it nice and clean, and then paint it with some oil, olive oil. I use olive oil. Could use any cooking oil, like peanut oil. Well, that'd be maybe a little too expensive, kind of wasteful, I guess. I don't know. But it was just some Crisco. I think I have Crisco somewhere. Or like corn, like, what do you call it? I never use it really. Maybe I don't. I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah. Like canola oil. Stuff I wouldn't recommend using it a lot. I don't think it's particularly good for you. But I'll use it like sometimes, the odd time, like making French fries. All right, now we've got to get this roux going. Put that in the bath. Got our pot here. On the front burner, and it's strangely like this is a gas stove, natural gas stove, which is quite a luxury, and I'm very happy to have it. So once you go gas, it's pretty hard to go back. That instantaneous heat and variable control, when you get a electric thing going full heat, it can take there's a delay there before, if you want to turn something down, you got to take it off the burner, wait for the burner to cool, and then reintroduce it or move it to another, all that stuff, right? But with gas, you get that instant heat. I think the only disadvantage is that it doesn't get quite as hot as a conventional electric stove. So things like boiling water, it's going to probably take a little bit longer. And that's, I have a camp stove on the deck, and that propane gets hotter than natural gas. So in the summertime, like I'll do my percolated coffee out there. And how am I heating this up? I think I already did. But anyway, I'm going to start with your pot. Not like smoking pot. Okay. And yeah, this burner actuator on the front left element doesn't work, but if I light up another burner, it goes. So I don't know, something in the switching mechanism. Okay. So with the roux, I've got this onion, half an onion or so, and I'm gonna run and get another onion. That's like last time. Same. I like all kinds of onions, like Spanish onions, yellow onions, but I think red onions are really, well, for salads and things like that. Like I might make a bell pepper salad with red onion and a vinaigrette one day here soon. I'm not really a salad guy per se. Well, I do enjoy a nice salad, of course. Who doesn't? But bachelor cooking and stuff, but it's mainly I just want to get something done quick. So you remember the last time peeling this, yeah, nice and shiny. Yeah, look at that. Okay, get that. It can be a little bit challenging to peel the onion. Come on. And I think like last time, I'm gonna take out the whole extra layer of skin there. Now, yeah, there's a bit of an ugly part on here. That's not peeled. I'm gonna peel that off. This half onion. So I was hoping the angle might be such that you could kind of see what I'm doing, but I don't think so. And I might, let's see, you know what, I'll do it. And probably I'll have the footage, and if I decide to recombine it and edit it and do all that finicky type stuff, which can be fun in itself. Because I could add like background tunes and stuff here and there. Okay, now I'm gonna wash these bell peppers. One orange, one yellow one. And not forgetting that little tiny spot of mold there. I'm just going to get rid of that right away. That's okay. Alright. I don't know if eating a bit of mold ever killed anyone. Just imparts a less than pleasant taste, for sure. I'm just pulling the stems off these. Oh, this one's pretty dirty in there. I'm just going to take the knife and cut out that little rough bit when you pull the stem off. Okay. That out of there. Take a look inside. Ooh, it's looking kind of ugly. I don't know. Is it salvageable? I'm gonna say yeah. It doesn't smell too bad. I don't know if you could. I can see there's like a little bit of spotting of mold on the seeds. But if I remove all that, some people probably turn their nose up at this, but gosh darn, I hate wasting food. And if I'll just do a taste test, see that it doesn't, another little bad spot. do a taste test. I think that'll be perfectly okay. Well, another couple of spots. Oh boy. I don't know. Okay, that one, yeah, that was left on the counter. So maybe these ones that were refrigerated, this yellow one looks perfect. So I'm just gonna pull out that, the ruddy part there a little bit. And that ruddy part, that's, you can eat that. It's fine for a soup. We're not doing some kind of like super presentation here. This all goes in the soup. Okay. Just examining it, looks pretty good. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to use in place of celery. But I'm wondering, should I, I've got so many carrots, and again, when you're just cooking for one and stuff, it can be challenging to use things before they start to expire. So I'm going to use a minute. See what else is in there. Oh boy. That always happens with my radishes, but radishes are something that really don't go bad quickly. They have a lot of resiliency. Like, what happened here is all the stems, they're getting pretty ugly, but the radishes themselves are perfect. Yeah. So, why not put a bit of radish into the, I've never done this before, but I gotta use these things. And what I use radishes for primarily is guacamole. So I don't know if that's typical of, like, I've never read a guacamole recipe before, so I don't know. But I just instinctively, I thought, yeah, radish and avocado are kind of go hand in hand. So I don't know how many radishes I'll use. I don't want to go too heavy on them. Just maybe we'll do three radishes. Got 3 radishes, red onion, a couple of small red onion, and a half a larger red onion. We got bell peppers. And that's going to be my roux for my chicken soup. I've already got the broth made, so I'm not going to go into how to go about doing that. Well, maybe I can tell you while I'm slicing onions. And yeah, any experts out there who want to correct me on anything, or I'm open to criticism. I'm going to cut these onions kind of small. Sometimes for soup I like them cut long, but if you can kind of see here, that's what I'm doing, just kind of dicing them. So I'll do that. But sometimes you can do variable cuts and just throw in like a big chunk like that. Well, yeah, we'll do that. Do some, sort of longer pieces. Uniformity in thickness, but you don't even need to do that. It's really up to you. You could like just quarter one and have like diced. So this one, yeah, I'm gonna do that, like kind of variable size. This is gonna be more like rings. Put them in the soup there. They'll be like the consistency of a noodle by the time the soup is done. Okay, well, gotta watch what I'm doing here on the stove. This is getting way, way too hot. What was that? What do I have on here? Oh yeah, that's way too hot. Before I do anything, I'm gonna just put some water in there and cool it down. Listen to this. So how hot that pot became. Woo! Yeah. You don't want to be putting oil into that, you'll burn it. That water should have absorbed enough of the heat that we can just turn down the burner and add some olive oil. Sort of something you'd rather use a little too much than too little, because we gotta get all these veggies glazed. I'm gonna get them all ready to go in at the same time. So how do I cut the peppers? I'm gonna cut them kind of longish. Into fingers, if you will. Some bell pepper fingers. And then when you're slurping the soup, it's like a kind of a noodly thing. A noodly morsel. And I see whenever I'm slicing stuff, never fails, my little dog wants to come and investigate. And so I'll just maybe introduce her. She's really quite cute. Come here, Mila. She's camera shy. Come. Okay, maybe later. She's like, what are you up to? So this is a lot of peppers for a soup. Of course, well, I think in the soup they'll reduce down. But I think if I can, I'll just bring this up to the camera so you can kind of see here. So I have the radishes left to do. So I'm just, I'm gonna cut them into kind of eighths, I think. Well, just cut them in half, and then see, I just, you cut something in half, and then put them both flat, and then you can do that. All right. Yeah, we'll go 4 cuts, and then only 8 pieces per radish. Or 3 cuts, cut them into sort of eighths. Once in half again. Yeah, it comes to stuff like this. I mean, it's not a 5-star restaurant, so And sometimes a little imperfection can add a whole other dimension. Like I said last time, those happy little accidents. So I'm going to, now this oil is up to speed, I'm going to put in all this into the pot here. That is going to be my roux, I guess, unconventional. And, I don't know. I don't know if that's okay. I'm just, with my instincts, things tend to turn out generally pretty good, tasty. And I'm got it a little too low. I can afford a little more heat in there. You just want to mix this up until the onions get pretty soft, kind of thing. So it's going to be in about 5 minutes. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is, I haven't eaten anything today, as I mentioned earlier. If I'm not doing hard labor or really busy, kind of a sedentary sort of personality. My appetite, sometimes I don't even get hungry. Well, I'm hungry now, but it's been, it's 6:45 p.m., but I didn't actually get out of bed until about 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I might try my soup later. I'm sure I will. You gotta kind of taste things, see if they're good. And I've forgotten one critical component: salt. Get my bag of pickled salt. I don't know if that's a no-no in culinary practices, really professional stuff, but I've, I don't know, in some sense salt is salt. It's coarse or fine. I don't know if this is iodized or not. It says no additives, so I'm guessing it's non-iodized salt. But iodine is important. So maybe I'll even put in, I've got some iodized table salt. So maybe I'll put some of that in there too. Maybe because I only eat that pickle and salt typically, and maybe my iodine levels are low. Okay, all right, so that's going. You just want to stir it up periodically. Like I say, once the onions start getting a little malleable, that's when it's time to dump in the broth. But I'm also, okay, so this is going to be like a chicken, it's a chicken stock. Really looks quite good. It's been coagulating there for a few days at least. And I'm going to add some spices to the soup. Oh, no, but before I do, I'm going to get my dinner on. And that's going to be a rice-based dish with some leftover pork chop. Now for rice, when it comes to rice, I really like this basmati rice. That's pretty much all I'll buy. And I got this at Walmart. So it was 8 pounds for, like, I think it was under $11. I was like, okay. And when I make rice, like, I don't always, I just kind of, I'll grab a handful or two. I'm pretty hungry, so I'll just do that. And then instead of measuring, I just eyeball it. I put in, what I do is I put in water so it's covered and then double it and then add a little more for good measure. And get that going. Rice. And that's a lot of my dishes are comprised by rice or pasta. I like to switch them up. Yeah, this is nothing fancy. This is leftovers. So what? I'm going to get another bell pepper, and that's going to go in my rice. In with my rice. Oh, well, I'll just use these parts here. And these ones are going to get super fried. Another kind of moldy looking seed. But yeah, it doesn't smell moldy. So these peppers, I'm going to kind of dice them. Instead of the longer finger strips. Not mincing them. Right, you know I could. Might be interesting. Okay, you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear it at home, but that the roux for my soup is sizzling away nicely. Just bring this into the camera. Kind of get an idea, or I'll just tip it there if you can see that, the size. Okay. Let's see my frying pan. Okay, this is getting to the point, it's just about ready to add some spices and the broth. Okay, and what am I going to use? You know, I might just, I will use celery salt. It's a kind of celery substitute. I'm going to use this, like I know curry is like sort of a curated thing. This is just, you know, clubhouse blend of spices, but yeah, a little curry in my chicken soup. What else? You know, nutmeg is something I always like. That means a lot of things. What is this here? This is ground turmeric. Chili powder here. More chili powder. Arriba! Okay. I can't find my nutmeg. Lime leaves. Ooh, that might be good in soup. I always just smell things and then I can say, well, how much or how little do I want to put in. I'm just going to put a pinch of thyme leaves in here. Maybe 2 pinches. I'll turn it down a bit. Okay, and nutmeg, where is the nutmeg? Must be, there, no. Oh, there it is. Yeah, hiding behind that large format spice container. All right. Do a pinch nutmeg. Again, maybe 2 pinches. Pinches nutmeg. But the turmeric, that'll be good with chicken soup, I think. And this is apparently it's good for your joints. You know, get up to like middle age, like me, and it's the time when things start going. Lots to look forward to. The geriatric state of being. Okay. So I'll just put this back. Oh, this is tempting to put in, but I always like saving canned foods. But this is not like, you know, like for emergency if the grocery stores were to something, you know, catastrophic or whatever. These are green chili peppers in a can, Old El Paso. I think I got them at a dollar store. For like a buck. Maybe it was 79 cents. I can't remember. So roux is coming along. Rice, I better cover this. Where on earth is my lid? Oh. I'll just use any old lid, doesn't have to be fitted. It's a mystery sometimes where things go. Alright. So rice, I'm going to turn it right down. And that basmati rice, I find, I don't know, it doesn't take long to cook. Soup I'm going to put on the back burner so I can access my, whatever I'm going to do with the rice. I didn't plan it out, I'm just kind of going by, playing it by ear, if you will. And don't quite know what kind of rice dish I'm going to have. But I'm kind of thinking I'll make some kind of sauce from scratch, or mostly from scratch. I might cheat a little. I'm just gonna clean out my cast iron frying pan. That's really my favorite. I don't like those Teflon things. They always break down and stuff, but a good cast iron frying pan will easily last a lifetime. You get nice even heat distribution on it once it gets warm. And yeah, same, you know, or stainless steel is good too if you want to use that. That'll, I think, last a lifetime, but you have to be a little careful. You don't want it, if you get it too hot, it'll warp. Let's see, there's a little spot on there still. Always the hanger-oners. Yeah. Welcome to Washing Dishes with Blake. Alright. Okay, everything is going according to plan thus far. I'm going to get the sauce going. Oh yeah, again, that actuator is finicky. Put these back in the refrigerator. make a salad with them tomorrow, I think. And here's my chicken pieces from from that roast chicken, as a matter of fact, that I did in the last installment. And yeah, there's some mushrooms, onions, and just some fatty pieces too to add flavor to my soup. Which, you know, I've got this stock, but it's not a lot. You can see just from one small chicken, you don't get a heck of a lot of stock in there. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to tip it and spill it all over, so. Yeah, so I'm going to cheat with my soup, and if I can find it, here we go. Little Campbell's chicken stock broth. So that'll give me more soup. And I'm gonna do like chicken soup. I love with noodles. So I haven't decided what kind of noodles I'm gonna use. Maybe I already used up all my rigatoni. What do we got here? Catelli. Got quite a bit of noodles tucked away. This is apparently a high source of fiber. Catelli. Doesn't even say. Yeah, it's spaghetti. Okay, it says spaghetti on there. Yeah, I'll just use spaghetti. Spaghetti noodles. Chicken soup. But we'll break them up into so they're little pieces. There. Okay, now cast iron is getting up to speed. Bring out the magic flavor-inducing ingredient, which is bacon fat. One of the most forgiving things to cook in, I find. You don't want to let it get too hot though either. It's already on the precipice. I'm not going to be shy with it. So this is, the rice is coming along nice there. Oftentimes I haven't decided yet if I'm going to, you know, one thing I do want to do for my soup is add, I got way too much garlic going on here. I haven't been using it as much as I typically do. Alright. And yeah, I don't think I used garlic in the last video. Yeah, what was that stuffing I made? It was red onion, soda crackers, and I can't remember. Red onion, soda crackers, I think bacon fat, maybe some butter. I remember putting some butter into the cavity of the bird there. Yeah, is it time for a step two? I think so. My coffee's cooling off here. So. This is not sure if Royal Reserve has won any awards, but it's good basic Canadian rye whiskey. And when you mix it with coffee, I make, I'll show you my coffee that my preferred coffee is it's President's Choice espresso beans. They're whole beans, and then every pot of coffee I make is fresh ground. So this is one of my favorite ways to drink cheap rye. And it's lukewarm. Okay, get this garlic going. Yeah, I I can't get enough garlic. Some people find, it's all like what your tastes are. Some people like just a little hint of it, and like me, I just watch. I'll even prove it. Just eat a whole clove. It's kind of like purpley, violet garlic. And that's, I'm going to say, overpowering, but actually quite good for you, I think. And, now I can put these spices into the soup. Celery salt, I forgot that. Be fairly generous with that. Well, a few sprinkles. And this curry, yeah, not much. And I know, curry is, that's cheating. Eh? You're supposed to combine, make your own curry, but that's what a bachelor cooking's all about. You find, well, you can be as fancy or as lazy as you want, really. Well, I guess that's even if you're cooking for a family or something too. Not every day is gonna be like filet mignon. Might just be, Kraft dinner and some maybe a quick salad or something. Yeah, that's when I was growing up. Mom would oftentimes make quite the tremendous productions. I don't think I ever had a bad meal, but busy lives and hard work, like cooking all the time. So sometimes it would just be like sliced up hot dogs and Kraft dinner, and hey, satisfying. Hits the spot, quick, easy. Or what I like to do is order pizza. Really, that's one of my favorites. And I made pizza from scratch once, like made the dough and everything. And I'm going to use the whole head of garlic. Maybe I'll edit this down so you don't have to watch me doing this. Well, I'll try and talk anyway, so you could